Hello, I'm Mason McKinley. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Kokomo, Indiana. I will tell you right now, I'm not very comfortable being on film, but hey, it's for a project, so I gotta do it. I'm more of a behind the camera kind of guy, so that's okay. I actually went to a community college for my first 2 years of college, just to kind of decide what I wanted to do. I went to Indiana University, Kokomo, and then from there I just kind of decided, hey, why don't you follow your dream? So now I'm here at Ball State, and I'm a production option. I would really like to write and direct film. I think the thing with a writer directing his own films are that the writer is able to also, he's the one that wrote the story, but he's also able to put that on camera, which is kind of neat. I'll tell you a little bit about my family. My mom, Susan McKinley, she works at the Howard County School Employees Federal Credit Union. This is a picture of myself, my mom, my brother, and his wife, Andrea. This is a picture of my dad and his wife, Jamie. My dad, who is divorced from my mom, works at Northwestern High School as the A custodian, so he kind of make sure everybody does their job and he does his own job. My brother Jordan graduated from Ball State a couple years ago. He graduated with a bachelor degree in history, and from there he got married to a Ball State grad, Andrea, and she works at a Lutheran school in Fort Wayne as a teacher. And he has actually went back to school, and he's got 4 more years of school because he's actually going to be a Lutheran pastor. So it's a lot of dedication, but that's where he feels like he should be working with God. I'm a big movie fan. I kind of collect DVDs. I have probably between 300 and 400 DVDs. I know, and it's an insane amount, but I love movies. What can I say? I'm a big fan of the film I'm Not There. It's a Bob Dylan story. There's 5 different people portraying his life, and the movie is based off his songs and lyrics and his life. And I'm a big fan of Mean Streets by Martin Scorsese. Big film that kind of launched his career and also launched Robert De Niro's career. It also has Harvey Keitel in it, which I'm a Harvey Keitel fan. And I also like the film Suicide Kings. It's a very good film. It's a good character study, and it's very plot driven. I'm a big music fan, especially the band Coldplay. I've got a lot of their music. Obviously, I have a lot of I have all their albums. I have their EPs and all that kind of stuff, but I also have their main 4 studio albums in vinyl. It's just kind of a neat decoration, and there's also nothing like listening to something on vinyl is what they say. Along with music, I'm also a big Bob Dylan fan, a great singer-songwriter. I don't think anybody can top Bob Dylan when it comes to songwriting. I'm also a fan of the bands The Killers and The Fray. I think they all have great albums and great songs, and I really enjoy listening to them. I'm also a big sports fan, especially when it comes to baseball. I'm actually a big Chicago Cubs fan. I've been a Cubs fan for the last 3 or 4 years, I'd say. I know the Cubs, it seems in the last few years, sometimes they win them and sometimes they don't. But, as they say about Cubs fans, we're 99.7% scar tissue. It's also something, my brother and my dad and I, we can get around and talk about baseball all the time and go to baseball games. It's really fun. Of the Cubs, I was a big Kerry Wood fan. He had been playing for the Cubs for the last 10 years. People either loved him or they hated him. I was a big Kerry Wood fan, though. And actually in this off-season this year, he actually was let go this year after having a successful year last year, but they let him go. That's okay, so I'm still going to cheer for the Chicago Cubs, and I will cheer for Kerry Wood with the Cleveland Indians. This is my wall in my room dedicated to the Chicago Cubs. Obviously, as you can see, I am a huge Cubs fan, and so I dedicate a wall to them of all my Cubs stuff. That's a little bit about me, and I thought, you know, obviously you can tell I'm not comfortable on camera. If you can't tell, I'm not comfortable on camera, I'll just tell you. But, you know, it was an interesting experience, and I look forward to working with all of you in class. Hello, I'm Mason McKinley. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Kokomo, Indiana. I was born and raised there all my life. And I'm looking at that light because I think it's on fire. Hopefully not.